Hello to you beautiful guys, how have you been? Hope you feel great and energetic today. I'm excited enough to start this awesome project which all of us have been played at least one time in school or even in gatherings with our friends, and it's really memorable. The first step toward making Tic Tac Toe game is to draw Tic Tac Toe board in the backdrop. So we go to a backdrop to paint a new backdrop here and actually draw 4 lines for making a tic-tac-toe board. By pressing the shift key, you can actually have a great straight lines here. And for example, one is enough for us. I can actually delete this one. And this one is good. It just has to be in the middle part.
And then I'm going to copy this one and paste it for the next line. Copy and group them, copy them, and then rotate them to be in the vertical part. And then both of them in the middle.
Okay, I think it's good. Now it's time for the next step. We want a new sprite here, which has 4 costumes. One costume is white, and which we can't see it actually. And the other one, and it has actually a rectangle, a white rectangle here without any outline. A white one, okay. And we have to actually make it somehow to be fitted there. Maybe it's good. I think so, I'm not sure actually. I have to check it for both parts. And I think it can be a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think it's good. And the other one, we have to duplicate this one and say it is gray. It's for whenever we're just going to choose one of these places, it comes to gray and we can see that it's actually selected and we can actually choose that place for X or O or whatever we want. So the only thing that we have to do here is to make it a great rectangle. I think it's a little bit more gray, a little bit heavy gray. Yeah, it's better. And it's perfectly fit here, okay? And then we need another backdrop here with a white actually background. And it's for X. Then we're going to add an X here. A big X.
Yep. Yeah. And we can have the other ones. Yes, great, I think.
And then the other one is O.
We have to change the alphabet. The O. Maybe I have to...
Okay, it's good. So we have a white place, a gray one, an X one, and O one. Okay, that's enough for now. And we want the gray one to actually see the place of it. Then for each of these places, I need a rectangular sprite, but I don't want to actually duplicate it and have lots of sprites here. So in this case, we're going to create some clones from this sprite. So we have to come here and say, when green flag clicked, I wanted to actually create some clones here. And for each clone, I want to move it a little bit for placing in other places here. So, where's create clone? Yeah, I want to create clone for 3 times. And for each time, I need to move it a little bit. I don't know how much, but we can actually guess. Maybe it has to be a little bit more. Let me just check. Oh. So I have to say that. Go to Okay, first of all, we have to actually adjust this rectangle here and create other clones for other spaces or places here. For this part, I have to guess actually a good X and Y for this sprite. And after that, I'm gonna actually change the place of it for each clone to place it properly. So first we're going to adjust this one, and then for each clone I want to just create them here, but actually we need a bit more. Change X, maybe it's gonna be better, but it's not that much good right now. Let's check 100. Oh, unfortunately it's not that much good. Again, I think this one is going to be better. Something happening here, I don't know what. Okay, I think it's good for right now, but maybe 98 is better. Let's try it again. Yeah, 98 is a perfect number for adjusting these three clones here, and this is our actually main sprite, which went there because of these changes. But we need 3 other rows here. For other rows, we need another sprite, and for each one, actually we need to repeat it for 3 times, and after each time we need to change the Y instead of X. For this time, change the Y. I don't know, maybe 98 is good. We have to check it again. First of all, we need to set X to minus 97. Yeah, it's gonna be great, but I think maybe a little lower than this might be better. Let's check it again. Yeah, it's good. It's actually not that much bad, but you can actually change somehow about it, and understand how to do it better. But I think it's good right now, and we can handle it by this way. It's not that much important how to adjust this clones here, but by the way, it's just for the beauty, and you have to adjust them as you wish. After that, by adjusting these clones here, we need to go for the next part and say that when I start as a clone, I need to actually switch the costume to white. Switch the costume to white, and we can't see them anymore. So we switched the costume to white, and we have to actually hide the actual sprite and then show other clones here. Let's see them. Yeah, it's good because we don't have any extra rectangle here, which was the real one, and now we have just clones here, and we show them and switch costume to white right now. Then for the next part, what should we do? We have to say that whenever we go through these places, I wanted to switch the costume to the gray one, which is our selected place, and we want to show it in a selected costume. So we have to say that forever if touching mouse pointer, switch costume to gray. So in this case, let's see. As you see, they're going to gray, but they don't come back to the white one, to the white costume. So it's better to use an if-else block for showing it. Whenever I touch them by a mouse pointer, I wanted to switch the costume to gray. And after that, if I'm not touching them anymore, I want to switch the costume to white. So, as you see, we can actually select each part by going through them. So it's okay for right now. And then we need another thing here. We want to say that if we're actually touching mouse pointer, or no, we can say that if the custom number or the custom name was equal to gray one, it means that we select that part, gray, and then and mouse down, it means that we are going to click it. Just put it there. Okay, then what should we do? We should switch to O or X. It depends. So maybe the gray one is not good. We have to copy this one and paste it here. Okay, number, name. Okay, it's working, but it's go to actually white whenever I pass from that place. So how can we actually do it? How can we make it okay? We have to say that if our custom number, our custom equals to what? Equals to gray again, because if it wasn't gray, I don't want it to change it to white again. So I put it here and say that if our custom number was gray, I wanted to change it. But it's not good, you know. Whenever I click it back, actually my mouse isn't down, it's go for gray, and I have to say that I don't want it to do it until or if oh, no, this one. I wanted to do it if my custom number equals to white, not any other thing. Equals to white with capital W, and just put it there. Well, it's not working. Right now it's working. Okay, I switched this one to custom number 1, and now I'm gonna do it here and say that if I click anywhere, I just wanted to change it to O, and it's working. Yeah, it's really awesome. So let's sum up till now and see what happened right now. So I can go on top of them. Let me see again. I can go on top of them, and now I can click and it will switch to O or X. And if I come back, first of all, if I click multiple times here, it doesn't happen anything else. And if I come back, it's not gonna switch to white custom anymore. And for other ones, it's working properly right now. So we're kind of switching to one thing, and then we're stop changing to anything else here. So it's working okay, but the thing that we're gonna discuss about, it's this part, because we wanted to change it to X sometimes, and we wanted to change it to O sometimes else. So in this case, we have to add a conditional block here to make it work appropriate. Okay, here's the part we still need to change, because we don't want it to only be able to switch to O, and we want it to be able to switch to X and O back and forth. So how do we do that? Well, let's make a variable called, maybe toggle is good, toggle. And then we wanted to say that what the circle thing will do, it will just keep adding to a number so that we can later on get the remainder of that number and using the mod or the modulus block to see that if it is an odd number or if it is an even number. And if it was an odd number, I wanted to switch custom to O, and if it was an even number, I wanted to switch custom to X. Okay, switch custom to X. For this part, I need to first of all set the toggle to 1, or no, 0 is good. And then for each time I'm gonna actually click somewhere, I want to change the toggle first of all to by 1, and then after that I wanted to say that maybe if else is better. If mod of toggle mod 2, because I wanted to check it if it is an odd or even number, mod 2 was equal to 1, I just wanted to switch custom to O, and for else I just wanted to switch custom to X. Okay, let's see if it is working or not. Yeah, it's working really awesome. So it's great, it's working great and awesome. So after that, what should we do, and how can we understand that if we win in this game or not? And how can we actually make this automate to understand that if X wins or O wins? Okay, for making the computer decide for us whether or not somebody has won, for example, whether or not O has won or X has won, we need a new list. We need a new list called cells or places, I don't know, whatever you like. And then we need some cells in our list. For this part, we have to actually make a variable called, it can be place, because it's just related to our list. And then I wanted to change this place by 1 for each time, and you will have to set place to 0 for the first time. And then after changing the place by 1, I want to actually do something else. I wanted to add this place to places list, like this. As you can see, we have 9 cells in our list, which numbered from 1 to 9. It depends on you which number do you like to see here, but it's not that much important because we wanted to actually replace X and O here instead of these numbers. And after that, for actually making this list work, and for example say that the first cell is X or O, or for example the 5th cell is X or O, we need a special variable for naming each of these clones and each of these cells here individually, and we need actually a sign which is associated with each of these clones to actually recognize them one by one and recognize them for actually seeing which one of these has won, for example, which one of O or X has won. So in this case, we make a variable, but special for this sprite, which named, I don't know, which name what? Sign, maybe it's a good name, sign. And we wanted to say that set the sign to 0 here, and then change the sign by 1. Okay, change the sign by 1. And we wanted to say that now in this sprite we have 9 individual signs here, which we can actually replace this item, replace for example number sign to O for this part, and we wanted to replace number item sign to X for the next one. And let us see if it has worked or not. So in this case, before we got to actually delete all of the cells in our list, when we click the green flag. Okay, it's okay right now. And for example, I click the first one and I have to replace it to X or O. For example, the sixth one is X, O, X, O. Okay, it's working. Actually, it's working properly, but it has some issues. For example, the first one is not working because I don't know why. Maybe it has to be 1 here and then change it. Right now, let me see. Yeah, it's working properly because it should be 1 and then change it by 1 to be to the 10, of course. And then it's gonna work properly, and we can see that we can actually understand which of these clones are O and which of these clones are X. Actually, for your AI or your computer to be able to decide if somebody has won, we have to check for 8 different possibilities. It's either these rows are the same or these columns are the same. And we also have 2 diagonal possibilities which has to be checked. So we need to be able to match these numbers or these signs together and to see if we won or not. So in this case, we need a green flag and say that forever, and if what, we have to give it out in this one. Okay, we have to say that if item 1 of places equals to item 2, it means that this 2, item 1, item 2, item 3, item 1 of this list is equals to item 2, and what else? Item 2 is equals to item 3. So we're going to duplicate this one and actually put it here. We have to just make it a little bit smaller, and then say that if item 2 is equal, actually item 2 is equal item 3, we wanted to say that we won in this way, and these cells are the same. So in this case, this is the place where we actually basically wanted to stop the game because we have a winner here. In this case, we need to broadcast a message that we has won, or for example X has won or O has won. So we need an if block here, if else block, and say that maybe if for example item 1 of places equals to X, it means that X has won, and if it's not, it means that O has won. So we need to broadcast a message here which can tell us who has won in this game. Okay, let's create those message for winning. For example, for this part, we need to actually broadcast the message X wins, and we need to broadcast the message, another message, which is O wins. Okay, and then we need another sprite here. We need another sprite which has to be painted because we don't have it here. A really great you win. You can just have it here and say that it has to be in a front layer, maybe in a front layer like this, but not. Of course, I don't want black one.
I don't know if it is good or not. Okay, and then say that X has 1. So then we need to actually make it bigger and put it in the middle of the picture, and then we can actually change the font of this to something else. That's what I like it. Yeah, I did. And of course, maybe another color for this one can be better. I'm not sure, I'm just trying to see which color is best for this one. Maybe white is better. And we need another constant, we have to name it to X, and we need another constant for O, and we have to name it for O. So just change this letter. O has won.
That's beautiful. Okay, for this one, we want to say that when I receive O wins, I want to actually go to front layer, of course, go to front layer, and switch custom to O. And I wanted to duplicate this one for X as well. Go to front layer and switch custom to X. And whenever I start a game, I don't want it to see you, so I wanted to hide yourself. And of course, show yourself. And when you receive a broadcast message. Okay, it's good. So, in this part, we need the forever. And say that when I start the game, just be careful to whenever it happens, and just tell me that somebody has won, but it's not working. Maybe we need to stop all of the scripts, stop everything after that, or maybe other scripts in a sprite. Okay, it's working. So this part, for example, this part, yeah, O has won. So it's working with stop other scripts in a sprite. So we have to actually duplicate this one and write it for other possibilities that we have in our game. Let me just hide this list. We don't need it anymore. So we wanted to duplicate this one, and it's gonna be really huge. It's awful and weird. Not awful, but weird. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. And for the next row, 4, 5, and 6. So item 4, item 5, and item 5, and item 6. And for this part, item 4. So it's for the next row, and we wanted to do it for other rows and columns here. Let's start. Item, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Item 7 equals to 8, and item 8 equals to 9. And this one has to be item 7. So the rows are finished, and we have to start the columns. Let me just go down. Item, for example, 7, 2, 4, and 4, 2, 1. And this one has to be 7 as well. Oh my god. Item 8 to 5 and 5 to 2. And this one has to be item 8. The next one, which is the last column, item 9. Item 9 to 6 and 6 to 3, and it has to be item 9. So these are for rows and columns. Oh my god. These are for rows and columns, and we need 2 other diagonal possibilities which has to be added here. So we need to duplicate this one for 2 times more. So in this part, we need a diagonal one. Item 9 has to be equal to item 5, and item 5 has to be equal to item 1. Okay, and the other one is item 7. Yeah, item 7. I'm just confused. Item 7 has to be equal to item 5, and item 5 has to be equal to item 3. Yeah, it's okay. And this one has to be item 7. Yeah, I think it's over. And let me just check this code out. Oh my god. It's really bizarre. Okay. By the way, we have to actually check it again. Oh my god. We have to actually check it again. Maybe it's gonna work. But we have a problem here. Whenever we start a game, because all of these items are equals to white custom, it means that these are all equals to each other. Okay, for solving this problem, we have to say that when I actually click the green flag, just wait for a second, or maybe more than that, may wait for 5 seconds or something like this. Let me just check it for 1 second, and then check if it is okay or not. So yeah, it's good for now, and we can play it with 1 second. So in this case, for example, nobody has won. Oh, maybe Okay, O has won and it's working. It's working properly. Congrats to all of us because that was really huge conditional blocks here. And it was kind of advanced tutorial, but I'm really glad to made it here. And I'm really glad to share it with you. And it was really awesome. And I just wanted to actually hide these items because we don't need them anymore here. Thanks a million to watch till the end part. Wish it was useful for you, and if so, please hit the like button and subscribe, and of course comment for me what else do you like to learn in Scratch. See you soon, bye!